Hi, I'm Frank Welker, and I play the voice of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And this is Transformers Universe Under the Hood.
Yes, welcome to the second episode of Under the Hood. We've been so busy here at Jagex, and we're now in open beta, which means anyone can play. Coming up in today's episode, we're heading over to LA, where we've been recording the voices of Optimus Prime and Megatron. We have some top tips from some top players, but first I'll hand you over to our VP David to give us a quick update on the game.
Hey everyone, just here to give you a quick update. As you know, we're now in open beta, which is a fantastic period where we get to hear all of your feedback on the game that we're making for you guys. So since we went open beta, we've been working on a whole bunch of new things. So we've got new maps, new modes. We've also got two fantastic new bots coming into the roster. That's Diablo and Swagger, the first two motorbikes in the game. They really are awesome bots. Fantastic agility across the battlefield, but also real damage dealers. We're also listening to your feedback on a lot of the gameplay. We're making constant tweaks to the matchmaking, making sure that you're matched against the players of your same skill level and your same skill score. So we love to get your feedback on that. Is it working? Are you getting into balanced matches? Please keep letting us know, and we'll keep tweaking that matchmaking to make sure it's perfect. That's the great bit about open beta. You can help us build the game that you want to play. I look forward to seeing you in game.
Thanks, David. So you may have actually tuned into our 24-hour live stream we did recently. Well, we've got some great tips from the players that were there at the event. Check it out.
My number one tip to a new player is know your weapons and what damage they do. Red damages shield, blue damages omni, and yellow damages spark.
Make sure that the blue bar is reduced first. That will then let you go through to the red bar.
Always pay attention to the icons that you have on your weapon indicators. For example, if your icon has a shield, then it's particularly effective at taking down an enemy's shield. If it has a sort of star symbol, it's really good at taking down their spark, so their health once their shield is gone. If it has both, then it's equally useful against both. Alternatively, there's also the plus sign, which indicates a healing gun.
I'm kind of biased, but I'd say new players stick with your healer. If you lose 20 lives in a deathmatch, you lose the game, so don't die. It's more important to stay alive than it is to get kills. Unless it's only one kill less, in which case, just go for it.
Know when to escape is a really big deal. You need to know when you can't take more, when to transform and get away, and also learn your enemy as well as your allies.
When you're getting in a bit of trouble, try and break line of sight with your enemy, because it will remove their lock on you.
All the Transformers have something called a transformation action when they're in vehicle form. You can use this to change levels really quickly. You can jump up onto buildings. That's your middle mouse button when you're in vehicle form.
At any point you are stuck with what your equipment and special weapons do, hold down V and it'll bring up the tooltips of what everything does for your character.
When I started, I tend to venture off by myself to begin with, and it wasn't working out for me, so definitely stick as a team and you'll be a lot more successful.
It is team play. You should concentrate on what other people are doing, how you can help them out. And if people ask for advice, if you know yourself, you should just give it. I spend a lot of time in high ground, just helping out all the new player base.
Be sure to try some of those tips next time you're in battle. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker in LA. Let's do this.
We are in Los Angeles, California, recording the voiceover for Optimus and Megatron. Some of the narrative that we're creating for the story and also for their voices that we'll be playing in-game. Frank Welker and Peter Cullen have been playing Optimus and Megatron for the past 30 years, so they know their characters very well. It's incredible to watch them. You give them a line and they just swing it around in 4 or 5 different directions.
All hail Megatron, leader of the Decepticons!
We're using these guys in a way that really sets the game up as these high-level, I guess almost godlike figures that are the heads of their factions as they are throughout all the Transformers.
Let's show them what we're made of.
I wrote the backstory for the game. It gives the game context and it's what the game hangs off. I won't tell you too much, it's going to be a bit of a surprise hopefully, but the story itself is a continuation of this faction war that takes place with Transformers. It's the good guys versus the bad guys, but on this occasion Optimus Prime has gone missing and Megatron is scouring the universe with his bad associates, trying to find him and the Autobots are trying to keep his location a secret.
Hunt them down, leave no rock unturned. Blast them in the air, smash them on the ground, bury them on the beaches. To be a good warrior for the Decepticons, first of all, you have to understand that you might possibly be your own universe. Use the guys around you, use your fellow competitors, use your commanders in the arms, and you'll do well. But never trust anyone. Trust, but verify.
It's not just about Optimus and Megatron's personal vendetta, it's also about all these other characters that live and breathe around them, and I think you'll find there's some really exciting new characters that you can see in our narrative and also you can play in-game.
This indeed is our darkest hour. Of all the games I've done, and I'm not going to degrade any of the games I've done because I think they're fantastic, but this is the first game where Optimus Prime is not an on-screen game toy thing. He is transporting the elements of his character in the best way that I've ever seen it before. Lines and lines and lines of encouragement, character development, lines that will instill a sense of love, if you will, and a trust. And Prime has the opportunity to express these lines. So well written.
And you always have a slight apprehension coming to a foreign land and recording with artists like Frank and Peter Cullen, because they're real legends in the VO world, and we've written this stuff and it's close to our hearts, and we spent a lot of time getting ready for this session, and they've delivered on every aspect and obviously brought Optimus and Megatron to life for Transformers Universe. It's been a joy.
We honestly cannot wait to show you more of the story in Transformers Universe. That's all the time we have for this episode. Make sure to check out our Twitch channel every week. On the next Under the Hood, we'll be taking more of your questions to the developers, and we'll be at the home of the Beatles, Abbey Road. I'll let Optimus take us out.
War is upon us again.